Stop caring what people think and stop thinking that people care. Now, I made this shorts video talking about that. So I wanted to elaborate on that a little bit because, look, to say, oh, I don't care what people think, I don't care what people think, it's bullshit. We always care what people think because we're human, right? It's like, I need you to approve of me because if not, then I'm rejected from society and then that means death, in a nutshell. But that's not always the case, ever. So we get caught up in this anger mentality of like, well, I just don't fucking care. I don't care. No, you can care, just stop letting it control you. There's a big difference here. Now, it's when the thoughts of what other people might think about us start to control us in the decisions we make every day, in our happiness, that we really live a life stifled and stuck and still and settling and frustrated. And most times we start thinking that other people are thinking things and they're not. So this is what I mean about, stop caring what people think and stop thinking that people care. At the end of the day, you're going to care what people think. However, do not let it control you. This is the whole point that I'm trying to make. And this is why it's imperative, because like I said, most people live in this fear-based mentality of what are other people going to think about me? And then they stay stuck and they stay, again, I'm just repeating myself. But for example, when I started posting videos on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram, that shit, it was terrifying because I couldn't get past the fear of what are people going to think about me? People who know me, family members, friends, colleagues, whatever, who already have this formulated idea as to who I am in their minds. And then now I come out and I do videos like sharing my opinions. They're going to think something. They're going to think, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Like, maybe he just likes to hear himself talk. Maybe he just likes to, oh, here we go. He's trying to be like the next Tony Robbins kind of shit. And this is all stuff that I genuinely thought, and it would hold me back so much. And even when I did start making videos, you could see it. It's like riddled all over my face, like this insecurity. The only way past that is through it. And like I say all the time, the only way to it is through it. And you're not going to get to a place of freedom and not being controlled by what other people think unless you start acting in the way that you want to act, not in the way that your thoughts about what other people think cause you to act. Does that make sense? All right. So, for instance, oh my God, I'm afraid what they're going to think if I cuss. I'm afraid of what they're going to think if I speak my opinion. I'm afraid that they're going to be like, oh my gosh, look at this. Look what so-and-so is doing. Look what Darren's doing. Look what this person's doing, right? I'm afraid that they're going to be doing that. And so I kind of sit back and don't do anything. Versus setting out, doing it with that thought still in mind, only to realize nobody's fucking doing that. Nobody cares. Yeah, they might think like, oh wow, this person's insecure. Or, oh, I can see all over their face like how they don't even believe what they're saying, right? They might think this stuff, but they'll forget about it. And the more that you do this, and the more that you keep pushing past this, despite what other people might think, the more you start realizing, oh, that monster that I was so afraid of isn't even that scary. And then you start feeling more comfortable and confident in this new direction that you're trying to move forward in. And then you start unlocking all kinds of opportunities. You start unlocking all kinds of self-esteem, because you start realizing, oh, I'm literally taking charge of my own life, right? And so this is really, really, really important lesson to learn in life in general, because otherwise you will literally be, your whole life will be dictated by lies, by false realities of, oh, these people are thinking, when nobody's thinking what you think they might be thinking. So at the end of the day, what's most important is, who do you want to be, right? Ask yourself this. Who do you want to be? What kind of life do you want to live? What kind of things do you want to do with your life? Will that fear go away? No. Can you push through it? Absolutely. And it's imperative that you do, because like I said, the only way to it is through it. There's no way around it. There's no fucking secret sauce or special pill that you're going to take that's going to make your fear of judgment just go away. The only thing that's going to make it subside is pushing through. And then you start realizing, oh, it wasn't that bad to begin with. And then you start gaining some sort of success and you start making progress. And then you see people supporting you. People are like, yo, I love what you're doing. Like, I get texts all the time now from friends of mine that know me before I started making videos, that are like, yo, I see what you're doing on social media, keep it going. Or I love the fact that you're so vulnerable. You've always been like this. I'm glad that you're able to make videos and help other people. But when I first started, they can't see it, and I can't expect them to see it. I have to see the vision that I have for myself, and I have to push past the fear of whatever that judgment might be. So I hope you find this encouraging to start stepping out and doing these things that scare you, only to realize that it's not as scary as it seems. And people aren't thinking about you the way that you think they are. So you might as well start thinking about yourself the way that you want to think about yourself. So this is very important. Sit down, write out a vision for the kind of person that you want to be, and map out the steps you need to take in order to be that, and start being that. Move through it, not around it, because that's not possible. Through it. It's the only way. So I hope you find this encouraging. Hit the like button. I appreciate it if you do that. I'm going to start making these longer form videos, elaborating on the short form content that I make. And if you guys have any suggestions, feel free to leave it in the comments below. Thank you all, guys, for subscribing and liking and showing the love. I really do appreciate it. And if you found this insightful, share it, send a like, leave a comment, whatever you got to do. I love you guys, and until next time, peace.